Did you know that you could install a light kit on most any ceiling fan? Most of the time you'll see where there's a screw at the bottom or a cap. This whole thing comes off and you can attach something different there with a light kit on there. And go to the store and you can do something like that. But you might have a question. How do you connect that up? Because most switches right here, most switches for the ceiling fan just control the ceiling fan. Now how are you going to hook that up so that it's good for a light fixture as well? You go to the store and what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to replace this ceiling fan light switch. You can get a different one and it's kind of cool. It costs maybe $50, $60 or so, and it's a different one that's remote controlled, and there's a remote sensor in here that you install the whole switch right here with the same wiring and stuff. And then what you have to do is where the ceiling fan is, way up high, see way up high where the connection is? Up at the ceiling. Let's see if I can't show you a little better, okay? Is that better? Yeah. You're going to have to take this out up here. You're probably going to have to remove the ceiling fan, and it's pretty easy to do. It's kind of awkward. You might want someone to help you. But then, actually you might not have to take that off, but you take the cover plate off and that slides down, and then you put a little gizmo up in the top and you re-hook up the wiring, and it gives you directions and everything. And then you put that cover plate back on there. Then what happens is when you turn your new light switch, your ceiling fan light switch on right there, it throws a sensor message up here, and it tells you whether or not you want the light on, if you want the ceiling fan on, and some of those have it so you can dim the light, or that so you can control your ceiling fan speed, all that with the remote control handheld button. You may not even have to go to the ceiling fan anymore. It might just be a switch that's an on and off, and then you might have a handheld control. This is not the actual control for this, but you might have something like a handheld control like this one, or a little bit different, and then you hold that and then you adjust your ceiling fan and all that. Or they have a different one that you get and you actually control everything right here. There might be two buttons that you push for the light and the switch or something like that. So that's a trick that if you didn't know it, you might not be able to think that your existing ceiling fan could do that. Because what happens is your wiring up in the ceiling, you're only going to have one set of wires, meaning one ground wire, which is a green wire or a copper wire, and then you'll have a white wire and a black wire. You might have thought, oh, I've got to crawl up in the attic and take another set of wires, another black and white wire, and crawl through there and fish it down and somehow get it over here to this switch, because there's no other way to do that. Now, you know, in a brand new house, new wiring or so, you might do something like that and have two sets of wires, but you really don't need to do that, because nowadays the ceiling fans, when you get a ceiling fan, generally it comes with a remote control, and it might come with the switch and all that. If you're buying a ceiling fan from scratch, it might come with that in the whole kit. But because we already have the ceiling fan, we want to buy just the ceiling fan switch, and then it comes with a module that you put up at the ceiling where your ceiling fan connection comes down. Okay? Hope you learned something just then. That's all I have for now, but I'll be back with more videos.